Hello, I'm Garrett Godfrey, and welcome to the Crowdfunding Christian Music Podcast. I've been helping folks find great Christian music for over 25 years, and on this show, I cover active crowdfunding campaigns and pre-orders for artists worth backing and believing in so that you can find and fund the music you love. This is episode 64, recorded Wednesday, August 24th, 2016. Think of me as your tour guide as we look at some current campaigns for Ross King, My Soul Among Lions, Seela, Tourniquet, Sleeping Policeman, and Branches. I hope you enjoy the show and find something you can get behind and support. Alright, before we get into the campaigns, I know your time is valuable and I appreciate you spending some of your time with me. To make things easier to find, I put links to everything we cover in the show notes, and in case you want to go back to a specific campaign and listen again, or skip around, I've got the timestamps for the campaigns and the music genres in the show notes too, so I hope that helps. So, on to the campaigns. First up is Ross King, a singer-songwriter and worship leader out of Nashville, Tennessee, with a Kickstarter campaign for a 6-song EP to be titled We Know How This Thing Ends, and he's been making records since '95. Now, I want to play a clip for you from his last album, Unfettered, and if you head over to rosskingmusic.com, you'll see a little player, and that's just where I'm playing that here, just to get an idea from what he sounds like.
1, 2.
Here's the song Hope Dies Last.
I have heard some people say hope has died, we have lost our way. And I admit, if things look bad, we're all broken, can't do nothing about that. But I've seen some evidence that goes against our common sense. I know that hope is still alive and well, 'cause I've seen rainbows that come at the end of the storm, and enemies lay down their weapons of war. So I know there's more, 'cause I see orphans are finding their forever homes in Richmond.
Now, his campaign goal for this was $12,000. He met that in the first 9 days. Now he's closing in on $1,000 over that initial goal with another 19 days to go. This campaign closes Monday, September 12th. Now, he did indicate that the album might actually be longer, depending on how much over the goal it ends up going, so keep that in mind. For $5, you get the download of the EP, and you get it a couple days before the release date. For $10, you get that download and an autographed CD, which will be a limited run. And then there are more rewards, including back catalog CDs, handwritten lyric sheets, lyric art, an online concert, a custom-written song, and more, so be sure to check that out. Next up are My Soul Among Lions with a country folk sound. Now, we'd covered them back in episode 25 when they first came out with their campaign on Kickstarter for an album of the first 10 psalms set to music. Now they're back with a Kickstarter campaign for Volume 2. It'll be Psalms 11 through 20. Let's hear a bit of it on their video.
The words of the Lord are pure words, like silver tried in a furnace. The words of the Lord are pure words, refined for 7 times. I don't much care for your words. You speak and I get nervous. The words of the Lord are pure words, I keep them in my mind. Help, Lord, for the godly man ceases to bleed. The faithful have all left the land, there's none that I can see. Everywhere I go now, all I hear is vanity. The words of the Lord are pure, that's why I keep them close to me. Oh,
Now, their campaign goal is $18,000, and they're over halfway there with 20 days to go. This campaign closes Wednesday, September 14th. For $10, you get the download version of the album. For $20, you get the download versions of volumes 1 and 2. For $25, you get a download and a CD of volume 2. And for $35, you get volume 1 and 2 in download and CD. There are lots more rewards, including lead sheets, guitar picks, shirts, hats, art prints, and more, so be sure to check it out. And if you're interested in psalms being put to music, I want to point out 2 other groups with YouTube channels that you ought to check out. So the first is the Psalms Project, and the second is Learn to Love the Word. The links for all these will be in the show notes. Next up is Seela, a singer-songwriter out of Austin, Texas, with an IndieGoGo campaign for a new album titled Track You Down. Let's hear more about it on her campaign video.
Hello, I'm Seela, and I can for sure do 2 things. I can sing and I can cook. And a few years ago, I found myself up here in the balcony section of the Brooklyn Tabernacle during a service. Everyone was singing and cheering, and the place was packed, and I'd never been in such a place before where so many people were just openly praising God in one place, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit in a really good way. Then this missionary got up to speak to the congregation, and she said this quote. She said, "When I finally meet my God face to face, I want to be out of breath from having chased him my whole life." That really struck me. I was very inspired, and I ended up writing a song called Track You Down, and I really liked it. And then I looked back on previous songs I'd written and realized not only have I been tracking God down in the form of songwriting for some time, but that he'd been using that same medium to track me down and to draw me to him. So I wanted to put all these inspired songs together and make a record, and I knew I was going to need some help.
Hey, Anthony, will you help me make a record?
Yeah, we should use my band.
Cool. I'll make some food.
So I want to play a clip of a live performance of her song Brave, just so you kind of get an idea of what she sounds like. And this is just from her website, iamseela.com. And the song here on her video tab is called Brave.
Now old Daniel writes and 3 friends sent in that fiery hole. And if you look inside, you won't believe your eyes. Oh, what you would behold. Well, there with them was another that no one could yet name. With him they walked upright in the blazing light. They were untouched by the flames. So I can be brave, brave, oh, brave. Yes, I can. I've got the help of a mighty Savior in my 2 praying hands. I can be brave, 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 oh, brave. Yes, I can. I got all that I need in my 2 praying hands.
Now, her campaign goal was $4,000, and she's already surpassed that by over $600, but the cost of the project is actually more around $8,000, so she's just about 50% of what she really needs right now. With 18 days left, this campaign closes Monday, September 12th. For $10, you get a download of the new album. For $15, you get that album on CD. For $20, the CD is signed. $25 gets you a shirt. And then there are more perks, including voice lessons, a lyric and recipe book, a house concert at her place in Austin or your place, even if you're not in the Austin area. So definitely check that out. Next up is Tourniquet, a technical metal band with a Kickstarter campaign for a new album. Now, the heart and soul of this band is the drummer Ted Kirkpatrick, and he's always had a lyrical focus on the gospel, but also on animal welfare. So, just so you know what his more recent stuff sounds like, here's a clip of his song, Let the Wild Just Be Wild, featuring guest vocalist Gabby Ray.
From America to Antarctica, we invade their
campaign goal is $16,000, and they're already 2/3 of the way there with over 3 weeks left. This campaign closes Sunday, September 18th. Now, $10 gets you the digital copy of the album, and then you can also get that through Bandcamp. So you get the high quality and have the unlimited streaming on the smartphone app. So I'm a big Bandcamp fan. So Ted, thanks for doing it there. For $15, you get the CD. $20 gets you a signed CD. $40 for vinyl and signed CD and download. And then there's more, including limited edition vinyl, Skype calls, drum heads, drum sticks, disposable cameras, lyric sheets, and a lot more. So definitely be sure to check that out. The next two bands fall in the camp of we're not a Christian band, we're Christians in a band. And maybe not all the members of the band are Christian, but the songwriters are. You know, I've got no problem with that. My definition of Christian music is a lot larger than just music for use in the church or targeted at Christian radio. But out of respect to these bands, I just wanted to throw that clarifier in. The first band is Sleeping Policeman, an indie rock band out of Myrtle Beach, with an IndieGoGo campaign for a new album to be titled The Bride in the Wilderness, based on the book of Job. So let's hear more about it. Here's the clip from their IndieGoGo page.
Our next album is called The Bride in the Wilderness. It's going to be a concept album based on the book of Job. This is our most ambitious project yet, and we won't be able to finish it without your help.
So as of this time, we've already put a down payment on our studio session, but we still need about $6,000 to make this work. We'll still be saving up ourselves doing local and regional shows and saving up from our jobs, but we still need your help. This is going to be my first time in the studio, and I'm super excited to share this with you guys.
We really want this to be a joint effort and something to be shared with you. Every one of you can contribute by sharing this video with family and friends. As a contributor, you become just as much a part of this as we are, and we think that makes all the difference.
And then to give you another flavor of what their music sounds like, here's the song Jealous One from their album Anticipation.
Jealous of the jealous one, because I know I cannot love you as much as he, or promise you eternity. Can't offer you my only son, because I know I'm not the one.
Now, their campaign goal is $6,000, and they're about 7% of the way there, but they have 2.5 weeks left to go. This campaign closes Monday, September 12th. $5 gets you a downloaded copy of the album. $15 gets you a signed CD and download. For $30, you get the download, the CD, a shirt, a poster, and then there are more perks, including being in the liner notes, getting a merch bag of goodies, and even dinner and a private performance. So be sure to check that out. Next up are Branches, and they are one of the top indie bands in the Bay Area right now, with a pledge music campaign for a new album to be titled White Flag. The members of the band had actually been friends before becoming a band, and while they played together as a worship leaders for the chapel at Azusa Pacific, they kept their work as Branches kind of apart from what they did as a worship group. Let's hear more about this project from their campaign video over at Pledge Music.
I think we all kind of just stumbled into Branches. There was never really a conversation like, hey, we should all start a band. There was just a few of us that had some songs written, and we found ourselves playing those songs in each other's living rooms and eventually in front of microphones at a friend's art show. And at the end of that night, we were like, I think we're a band. And I think from that moment forward, our hope was really just to figure out what it meant for a group of songwriters and musicians coming from different places to come together to make a sound that was us. At the genesis of our coming together was the hope that through our coming together musically, we might find out a little bit more about what it is that we're hoping to say. And now, a few years down the road, this record feels like we've figured out what we want to say. These songs happened during our friendship. These songs happened while we were in a relationship with each other. I mean, in the last few years, some of us have gotten engaged, gotten married, had kids, moved cities, and these songs have been with us through that process. And now we're seeing a sound that really reflects where we've been the last few years and where we think we're going in the next few years. What we hope people experience in our music is a progression and an honest process through some of the difficult realities but hopeful possibilities of life. And our hope is that when all is said and done and someone has listened to our music or been with us at a show or heard our record for the first time or whatever, that they would leave feeling maybe a little bit more hopeful than they were before. This record spends a lot of time considering the tension of what it means to surrender at the right time and what it means to surrender at the wrong time, and exploring that paradox of the hope that can be found in giving up at the right time and admitting that sometimes we just don't know what to do and that's okay, but also the encouragement to say sometimes what we really need to do is just to keep going and to hold out hope and to look for that light at the end of the tunnel. You know, I feel like every band says we're really proud of this record, but we're really proud of this record. What we're looking forward to now is bringing these songs on tour with us and seeing not only what they are doing, hopefully in people's headphones and in car stereos and living rooms and bedrooms, but what they're doing from the stage and what they're doing in a venue full of people that hopefully have come to know and love and believe in these songs as much as we have. That's one of the most exciting things for us to dream about.
So the music you heard in the background is from the track Tomorrow, which you can play on the Pledge Music page. But there are actually 3 singles they've now released for this album. I want to play a clip of the second one, Look Out Below, right now for you.
Still behind your teeth, or will you have finally found your words? And like the morning birds, will they sing the night to sleep? Look out below, below, look out below, below, look out.
And then here's one that it just came out today, and the song is called Burn.
All it takes is a tongue to make a man a liar. This is the hardest part. To let me say I'm sorry. All it takes is a spark. All it takes is a spark. Don't walk away while the fire's still burning. Don't turn your back while we still have a spark.
So let me get back to their Pledge Music page here. The album comes out September 16th, but right now at Pledge you can order a variety of packages. So $12 gets you the download of the basic 12-track version of the album. 15 gets you the 18-track version, which they call the deluxe version. $20 gets you the CD and 18-track download. And then there are more options, including vinyl, autographed CDs and vinyl, lyric sheets, test pressings, disposable cameras, Skype calls, and even an acoustic house show. So definitely head over to Pledge Music and check out Branches. And I have an update for you about episode 62 that was on YouTube, the episode that was blocked worldwide. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I'd been chasing Capital Christian Music Group and Universal Music Group, letting them know that my use was fair use. And I never heard back from anybody at Universal, but it is now only blocked in some countries and available in most. So head over to YouTube and look for Crowdfunding Christian Music and find episode 62, or the link will be in the show notes, but go and see the episode that the man didn't want you to see. That's it for all the campaigns and updates this episode. But if you back any of these campaigns, or if you just want to help them spread the word, be sure to let folks know about these campaigns before they close. If this is your first time watching or listening, consider subscribing. That way you don't miss an episode. You can head over to the website, crowdfundingchristianmusic.com, and click on the subscribe button, and it'll help you find where to subscribe for video or audio. And if you've been with the podcast for a while, thank you. For you, I have a different request. Ask me a question. Send me feedback. Tell me about a campaign. Head over to the Facebook page for the podcast and like it. Message me, or follow at the other CCM on Twitter. Shoot me a tweet, or email me feedback@crowdfundingchristianmusic.com. I would love to hear from you. And if you like the theme song at the beginning of the show, it's Hypostatic Union by the X Structure out of South Africa. All their music right now is Name Your Price over at Bandcamp, so head over there and check them out. And if you do pick up any of their music, let them know you heard about it here. They were really cool to let me use their song as a theme for the show. So, if anybody heads their way, I'd like them to know where they came from. I am Garrett Godfrey, and I want you to keep coming back. There's almost always a new episode every week, and there are a lot more campaigns to cover. In fact, if you want a sneak peek, head over to the website and check out the new page coming soon. Until next time, remember, great music doesn't just happen. Get involved. See you later.